Jason's going to spin it and spin Wortley with it.
Third.
Trouble drifters around, got turned by Hunter V. Hands in it. Big crash. Hunter's upside down again. They're packing, they're stacking. Trouble. Oh, Delgado binned it. He binned it. They both binned it. Dead even. Oh, Austin locked it up.
He's locking up.
He overcooked it. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Davey Hazard takes the lead. Racing Network proudly presents NACOS. We're back on the road, quite literally, as we're here for a street course here from Montreal, Canada, known as Circuit ICAR, for the Tommy Bordeaux TommyBordeaux.com Airport Challenge. Second and third in points are not here tonight, so that opens the floodgates for Tommy Bordeaux to try and pull away in the point standings. It'll be interesting to see how much of a lead he can gather before the night is done. Just 3 races left, I think, after tonight's race. Trace Ryder, Jacob Hitz. I'm Jacob Hitz. He's Trace Ryder. Here with you for the call. Yeah, we're doing everything bass-ackwards tonight. This track is tiny and it's fast. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, it's about a mile long. It's on an old airport, I believe. If I remember correctly.
Something like that, yeah.
There are 7 turns and lots of guardrails. There's some curbs. You know, it's a road course. There's some painted parts. There's some road parts. There's some left turns, some right turns. I don't know what else to add to that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, we had some wild hot lapping going on in practice.
And it kind of continued in qualifying there with the pole time. Let's
Roger with the pole time of 47.377.
Now he's only
7.3 in practice and now qualifying.
He's only 9/10 faster than second place.
Only
in qualifying. Tommy Bordeaux is the guy that's in second. He finished second a week ago. He's trying to increase his championship lead. He took the points lead back at Iowa 2 weeks ago now. Davey Hazard, Tyler Mallon, second and third in points. They were a no-show last week, a no-show again tonight. So Tommy's only competition, as of this moment for the championship, is Ben Easterday, the guy who won the championship a season ago, but even then it's a stretch for him to have enough time to catch Tommy and pass him in the points.
Tommy's going to have to DNF the rest of the season for him to even have a shot.
And with just 3 races to go, it's going to be very difficult, especially since 2 of the 3 tracks that we're going to, Ben did not do so hot on last year. He struggled at DuQuoin, and he died at Slinger and almost cost him the championship.
Yeah, that was a wild finish to the race the season last year. I really think this is, at this point, it's Tommy's championship. I would be comfortable saying that it's pretty much his at this point.
It's a pretty fair assessment.
Yeah, I mean, who else is...
I lied. Tyler Mallon's in.
Oh.
He must have got in right at the bell, because he's on the racetrack right now.
How about that?
And he just dumped Nathan Chiani in the first corner, and he's on the racetrack. Go figure. So Tyler is here. He is third in the points, but still pretty far back. He should be able to pass Davey today, depending on where Tyler finishes, but he's a long ways back to Tommy.
Yeah, I don't think Tommy's going to relinquish that top spot in the championship standings. I don't want to go so far as to say just give him the hardware now, but we might be giving him the hardware a little early here.
We gave him the shrimp, and we could be giving him the big trophy by the end of this. Mallon is here, and no, Mallon will not be able to pass Davey in points tonight unless he can lead the most laps and win. That's the only way that Tyler Mallon will be able to take second in points. Otherwise, Davey will hang on for now, but he's already roughly 60 points back from Tommy. That's about a race. So we're looking at him being 2 races back on Tommy with just 3 left to go. We're at Barry next week. Then we are at DuQuoin, the dirt track. And then we're at the season finale at Slinger. I don't know.
Honestly, in NACOS, we've learned that anything is possible at literally any given moment. So we can't just go ahead and hand Tommy the trophy right now because we have no idea what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. Ben could wind up winning the championship because that's just how wild this season has been so far. And Tyler could actually very much lead the most laps and win this race because while Roger has been fast in practice, the trick here is to maintain your tires for the longer runs because he had a bit of a problem as he went on in practice, keeping those tires underneath him and spun a couple times.
Yeah,
even went as far as to say that he might spin a couple times this evening. So
he's been abusing his tires very much so. So it is certainly possible that we do not see him on Victor Lane as Nathan Chiani just now punted Tyler Mallon. Good grief, that's I don't even know what turn that was. I think it was
get it
turn
out of
4.
their system now.
Only 7 turns here. This track is just over a mile long. And these guys go around here so fast. It takes them longer to get around this track than it does at Daytona in a pack with Cup cars. So they are flying here at this racetrack.
For sure. It's a tight track. It's a fast track. So we should see a lot of action all over the place. I don't even know what turns are what, so this is going to be even more insane.
Yeah, pretty much. The one before the start-finish line is turn 7. The one after the start-finish line is turn 1. Everything else just kind of count and pray you're right. As we are almost at that time. Nobody's on the racetrack right now, so it's just about time for us to move on over to the ticker screen. And there you can see up in the top left corner, happy little message over there. Happy birthday, Cody. Cody H Gaming turns, he's the same age as the number on the door of his car. He is 28.
Welcome to the 28 Club, my friend. You and I can drink scotch on the rocks and talk about the good old days sometime soon.
So there you go. Cody, his birthday today. Wouldn't that be something for him to go back to victory lane? Last time he won was at DuQuoin a season ago. Maybe?
I mean, literally anything's possible.
Yep.
So shall I run through the order?
Yes.
Starting on the... Wait, let me get a little bit more... Starting on the pole in the 84 is Roger Ray, who set a time of 47.3. Then it is Tommy Bordeaux starting outside of him, the points leader, with a 48.2 in the 57. Nathan Chiani will start third with a 48.36, driving the 26. Outside of him will be Pan Rutherford Talica in the 46, with a time of 48.68. Dawson Delgado will start in the 5th slot in the 39 with a time of 48.77. Then outside of him, it will be the 77 of Drive Through with a 48.96. Behind them in 7th spot in the 53 is the Ben Crazy with a time of 49.09. In the 53, outside of him, Ryan Karp in the 37 with a time of 49.62. And then Cody H Gaming, the birthday boy, will start 9th in the 28 with a time of 51.6. Then it'll be Tyler Mallon in 10th, Hunter B driving the 47 in 11th, and then Sam Slusarski in 12th, driving the 97. David Alvarez will be 13th, driving the 68. Those guys did not set times, and voice effect over.
Perfect. The camera angles here are a little bit wonky, so we'll do our best. It's what NR gives us. I so wish this was iRacing where I could screw around with the cameras and actually have it look good. But instead, here we are as we get set to go for the 11th race on the season to go green. 3 races left after tonight. The season finale, I don't know how that's going to work. Broadcast-wise, I don't know how that's going to work.
Something about bridges and crossing them when we come to them.
Yeah.
We will have a better plan of action closer to that day.
And hopefully it's not the day before.
Pace car is in.
Pace car is in through turn 6, turn 7. Roger Ray, Tommy Bordeaux will lead us down to the start. Green flag is about to be in the air. We're underway at Circuit Icar.
And into turn one is a very,
Lock
very
up.
tight braking zone. There's going to be a lot of beating and
Drifters
banging.
around.
Oh, drifters around. Toss off of the nose of Ryan Karp.
He was already loose, and Karp finished him off. We remain green. Here they come through the rest of the course.
Through the kink down the long back straightaway here. This track kind of reminds me of like a driver testing center. So if you see somebody do some quick turns and some parallel parking, just ignore it.
Whoa! Big lockup from Cody in the back, side by side between Kiani and Tommy. This is for second. Kiani will fall back to third for right now.
And on the receiving end of that one, Cody H Gaming shoves Tyler Mallon out of the way through that hairpin.
A lot of people locking up.
And it's going to be lock-up cities. These guys, drivers, trying to find every bit of speed they can to try and stay competitive. Because, you know, once the field gets spread out, it's harder to pass and harder to gain points and put in spots. Tommy overshoots turn one.
Woo! And here comes Pan right to the back bumper of that 26 car.
Pan Rutherford Talica, the promising young rookie. If we had Rookie of the Year, it would go to Tyler Mallon, but I would want to give it to
Well,
Pan.
no, it would go to Tommy because Tyler's not a rookie.
Oh, yeah. I forget who's rookies. we should implement a stripe rule. I think.
Well, maybe next year.
Roger leads them out of the hairpin into the next set of right-lefts. Tommy trailing behind. And then Kiani and Pan, and then last year's champion, Pan Easterday, into the back of Pan Talica. Just
moved him.
Just cooked him. Pan does a full 360, gives up 2 spots, and keeps going. What a move. What a beautiful display.
Take a look at the replay, and yeah, Ben just packed him.
I think Ben just overcooked it.
Yeah, got on the brakes a little too late. And now he's got Delgado breathing down his neck, as well as Pantalica, Hunter B in that pack as well. This is the closest battle for position on the racetrack right now. Just 2 laps complete here at Circuit Icar.
Yeah, 53 laps the distance here at Icar. Bit of a sleeper here would be Austin Delgado. I think he was setting some fast times in practice, and he can if he can keep it up front, I think he might be there at the end. You never know.
By the way, Travis, you are not as late as, well, you are as late as you thought, but we only started at 8:15 to give these guys a little more practice time here at the road course. So that's why it may seem that you're not as late, because we did start late, but really you are late. Never mind.
You're late, even though we were late.
We were late with a reason, at least. I don't know about Travis or not. Here's Pan, gets by Austin, out of turn 1.
Pan looking strong in that 46. Now it's a matter of, does he forgive Ben for what happened?
We'll have to see. Here they go down into the Continental hairpin. Turn 3. Whoa. Got to see the undercarriage of Pan's car there. These curbs don't seem that tall, but I guess they are. Now through turn 4.
Unforgiving they can be. Turn 4, a tight left-hander. That's right where I think Ben really, I think he just overcooked it right into the back of Pan.
Yeah.
But thankfully,
6 and 7.
Pan not running the big ugly 56 or 56, the big ugly 46. That's pink BWT on the side, running a more modest 47.
Yeah,
I can't even get numbers right. Jeez. We haven't done math yet.
He's running a no scheme tonight.
He's thrown me off by not running the pink car. That's what's happened here. I believe he's spouting his Twitter handle on there, and if you follow him, get a chance to look at some of the designs he pulls. Lots of cool designs, similar vein to Drive-Thru.
Did I just see?
Did you?
Okay, I thought I saw Sam Susarski's car with a whole bunch of front-end damage. Turns out it was just the paint scheme on it that made it look like it was beaten all to hell and back, but everything's fine on that car.
Give Mech the benefit of the doubt here. He may be slow.
Pan sends it turn 1. Easterday gives it to him. Pantalica goes back to where he was. Into 4th.
Pan now hunting for a podium finish here. One of the more surprising rookies this year. That 46 was really competitive at the beginning of the season. Kind of fell out in the middle of the.
Well, it's kind of like Davey. Davey had a great start as Easterday gets punted by Austin Delgado in the hairpin. Everybody gets rolling straight. Headed for turn 4 and now to turn 5.
A lot of guys looking for breaks that aren't there.
Yeah.
Winding up in the back bumpers of other guys. Probably gonna see a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
But let's talk. We can talk about Hunter B in 7th place. doing really well for them. Tyler Mallon in 8th, not doing so hot.
Yeah,
Granted, he did not get any practice today, so...
He didn't practice, didn't qualify, so this track is pretty new to him, and that could be why we're seeing him struggle so much.
A lot of times you can see a late surge, and Ben yesterday clips the wall there, heading down the long straight. But, yeah, as the race goes on, I would expect Tyler Mallon to hit his stride and wind his way up the order a little bit more. But right now, he is certainly struggling at 18.
Back up front, the gap has gotten down under a second as Tommy just biffed it in turn 5. So throw that out the window. It's back over a second, I'm sure, here at the start-finish line. Roger still in the lead. He's got a 5-second lead over Kiani in 3rd, but the gap between 1st and 2nd has been roughly somewhere between a second and a second and a half consistently on this green flag run. So Tommy's kind of lurking, but too far back to do anything. But they have put on a clinic compared to everybody else. The gap now 2 seconds because of the mistake that Tommy did in turn 5.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is a strategy play by Tommy, knowing that his tires can get eaten up here and how Roger was just chewing through the rubber in practice and happy hour. So it might be a strategy play here just to conserve the tires towards the end, similar to what Drive-Thru did in Iowa.
We'll have to see. Speaking of Drive-Thru, he is not in last place anymore. He passed Sam Sosarski for that position. He is now in 12th.
Passed Carp as well.
Instead of 13th. That means Carp. Well, he just passed Carp at start-finish because he was just behind Carp when they went around for scoring. 3-car battle, 3rd, 4th, 5th. This is Kiani, Pantalica, trouble. Tommy Bordeaux, did he blow up?
Oh,
he blew up!
He blew up?
Tommy just grenaded the championship leader!
Did he money shift?
Yeah, I think he did. Going down into turn 1. Under the brakes and just boom!
Oh,
the championship leader. We just talked about it. Imagine if Davey was here.
Can we get him up? Can we talk to him? I'm gonna ask him if he's feeling.
Oh my goodness! Meanwhile, Pantalica has taken now 2nd spot away from Nathan Kiani. They're still battling through turn 6.
Yeah, this is the tightest battle on the track right now. Championship implications. This is Tommy's chance to set.
And here comes Kiani. They're going to be 3 wide out of turn 1. Pan puts the power down and pulls away.
Pan, I'll tell you what, Pan is handling this car like a champion right now. Puts himself in a podium position. And,
Hi, Orioles. Wow. Thanks for the 10 biddies.
Right. We have word that we can bring one Tommy Bordeaux up here. So we're going to wait a little bit of break in the action here. As the,
yeah, here comes Ben sending it up the inside of Kiani, and he will take 3rd place away. Ben is on a hot streak, and now that Tommy's out, he's looking to charge his way all the way up to the championship lead. He locks him up going into 5, but doesn't get run over.
Yeah, these guys might try to sort themselves out here, just run single file, but as Kiani falls back. Door opened, and Kiani walked
Pan
back.
just locked it up, and he almost spun it in turn 1. Went really wide and had to Tokyo drift it through the first corner. Keeps it going straight. Well, Easterday's closing.
Nerves there for him. But, yeah, looks like they're straightening themselves out here. Let me get Tommy up here.
Let's bring him in.
Let's see, points leader Tommy Bordeaux. What happened, man? Where'd car go?
Hey, car stopped. Yeah, really interesting. Just going down into turn 1 there and just quit going. It's the first time I've had that happen to me this season, and unfortunately, it's as they would say, it's over. We can't fix that damage.
we were wondering up here maybe you might have money shifted it on accident, but that one's got to hurt. This was a change. You got Davey's not here. Tyler's struggling. This was a chance for you to pull that gap out to be almost insurmountable. That one's got to hurt, and in your home-sponsored race too. So. Yeah,
I was definitely hoping to have a better result here at the TommyBordeaux.com Airport Challenge, but unfortunately, that's going to be the end of the night. Early for us here for the 57 Mercedes-Benz TWB car. But that's okay. I mean, we'll get them next week at the TWB.com sponsored race, and hopefully finish off this championship the way I want to. Not exactly the finish I wanted tonight. I felt like I definitely could have won. I mean, Roger was fast, but I'm Tommy Bordeaux. I can do anything, so I felt like I could catch him and win late in the run. But yeah, not exactly the finish we wanted for sure.
Love the confidence. Well, now that you can pivot from the track, you can head up to the hospitality suite and enjoy the sponsorship of this race. So You got a driver you want to pull for now that you don't have any a horse in this race?
Well, yeah, I mean, Roger's been fast all season, but he hasn't been able to finish off a win, so I hope he can finish it off here. He's definitely the fastest out there that's left anyway, so hopefully he can come through and take the victory.
I'm going to assume that you're not pulling for Ben Easterday right now, who I think is probably your most viable championship threat at this point in the season.
The 53 and the 18 are not on my ones to watch list, besides hopefully them at the bottom of the list. But yeah, no, I mean, they're both good drivers, Tyler and Ben are, so whatever happens, happens. But I feel pretty confident about the end of the season coming up, these next couple tracks. We'll be okay.
All right, man. Anybody, anything you want to say? Anybody you want to thank in your sponsor race here?
Well, I just want to thank you guys for putting on the show, of course, and having TommyBordeaux.com sponsor this event here. Go check out TommyBordeaux.com. Should be an update to that site in a few weeks here to make it more modern. But until then, check it out. It's a pretty cool website, and I don't know, it's about me, so of course it's cool.
Well, thank you, Tommy. We will see you next week.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.
The battle for second is incredible right now, going on between Pantalica and Ben Easterday.
Ben has closed the gap to Pantalica now, and I don't know.
They've been fighting the last 3 laps. Pan's been fighting his internet as well as the race car. And I mean, it seems to be back under control now, but Pan was going all over the place.
Yeah, I was watching him blink back and disappear, show up, slide left, slide right, and I think that car's getting tight on him too, so he's losing a lot of front end grip. So.
And Austin is doing his best to not kill Kiani. This is now the 3rd time, I think, that he's almost wrecked it trying to stay off the back bumper of the 26.
I think it was at some point you just got to give Kiani the shove. So.
Well, maybe. We'll have to see. We saw Cosman give him the boot into the tires last week at Berlin. We'll see if it happens again tonight. There are a couple of tire barriers here. The lead gap almost 9 seconds between Roger Ray and Pantalica. This time by, we will have 15 laps complete. So we're just... well, I'm trying to do math and it's not working.
Don't do math. Don't do math.
We're
math
getting there.
Math and ORN do not mix, like vinegar and oil. So.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But
yeah, but we are closing in on halfway.
I just saw Tyler Mallon almost spin it, going into turn 5. He just locked it up and almost went around. Good save for him.
Now we're going to find out who's been saving the tires and who's been managing, who has not, because we are hitting the point where they are starting to lose that grip. And we might even get green flag pit stops. You never know.
I'm willing to bet it's going to happen with these tires, but we'll have to see. Here comes Easterday on the inside of Pan. Turn 5. Oh, we almost lost it. Getting back on the gas, and Pan gaps him. Pulls away.
Ben caught that inside curb and just lost the back of the car, and now he's going to have to recoil and retry again.
And now Pan locks it up into turn 1. Turn 1's been his best corner so far, though. He's been able to pull away from Easterday, especially on exit.
It looks like the gap to Roger is not increasing or decreasing.
It's been maintained right around 8.5, 9 seconds. Two cars, 1 lap down. Ryan Karp, Sam Slusarski. Cody H Gaming is next to be lapped, but he's got the leader right on his tail, actually. I forgot that Roger was so far ahead of everybody else, so it'll be about a lap until the birthday boy goes a lap down. Next up would be David Alvarez and then drive through, and as I'm talking about it, Cody lets the leader on by. Yeah. So Cody will go 1 lap down, leaving just 9 cars on the lead lap at this point in time. Here comes Pantalica underneath the lap car, Ryan Karp. Easterday will follow and will get by just as easily. Almost spun the tires there on corner exit.
And now these guys have free air in front of them.
Yeah.
Good bit of time until they get up there to mech.
Trouble! Nathan Kiani! Dead! His car exploded! Did his car explode?
Where'd he go? Oh no, he retired. Like immediately.
Yeah! His car blew up! His car blew up exactly like Tommy's!
Just...
Kiani's car just... Boom!
Well,
going into turn 2! That's the 2nd engine failure we've seen tonight!
Wow.
Unbelievable!
Somebody's gonna have to say, chewing out at the back of the engine factory.
Let's bring him in.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get him up here.
Wow!
What an did he money shift too? I have no idea. So
Well, Tommy said he didn't money shift. I don't know if Kiani did or not.
if he just went to shift and the just blew up instead of just blowing a gear, he just blew the whole car.
Yeah, it
All
says
right,
it's a
get him up
header
here now.
issue for him.
Third on the board. No, you're fourth on the board, and now you are not on the board at all. What happened?
I was looking at the gauges. I noticed earlier in the race that the oil temp was almost at 300. So I decided to run it until it blew up, and it blew up there. Just got to thank Rona, EpiPen, all those guys for bringing me such a fast race car, and I hate it for them. It's a shame that my race ended this way.
Well, you're doing really well. You were up there, up on the podium for a bit, fell back a little bit. Car not quite where you wanted it, hoping to get a green flag stop. What were what was your strategy for the rest of the race if you were to be in it? Obviously.
I was just gonna like pace myself, try to keep with those 4 guys. It was gonna be a barn burner for the end, and it just let go. It's a real shame.
So with that oil temp climbing up, is that something that you can control, or is that just a random instance that happened there?
It just depends on how aggressively you drive the car. I think all 4 of us might have engine issues. One of them already did. That was Tommy, and all of us were pushing the cars as hard as we could. So that might cause like the oil temp to go up and start putting wear on the engine and all that. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll hope to see you next week. And as always, we ask anybody anything anybody want to shout out before you head out.
I have my family at home, even though I'm at home.
Well, we will see you next week, Kiani, and heartbreaker for you this week.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I tell you what, David Alvarez's gearbox just went to hell. I think he just lost at least 1 gear.
I'll tell you what, Easter Day is past Pantalica.
Let's go back and get a replay on this. This was going... Pan just let him by here.
I wonder if Pan might be cut a corner or something, and he had to let Ben by. I don't know.
He just decided to let him by. Don't know if he thought that Easter Day was the faster car there or what. So Easter Day goes into 2nd place. Not really what Tommy wants or needs.
Sure. And the Pan was still racing him.
Yeah. And drive-thru's about to get put a lap down. That'll put 6 cars on the lead lap. Somebody asks, what's money shifting? Instead of shifting up, you shift down, and that basically fries the motor and everything inside of it. Dale Jr. did it at Pocono in practice a couple times. You know, it happens even to the best of us, but...
Yeah, sometimes when you have to go, or when you have to shift down to, like, you want to shift to 3rd, sometimes you might shift to 2nd and just blow the damn thing to sky.
Or you're on the gas trying to shift from 2nd, or from 3rd to 4th, and you shift from 3rd to 2nd. That'll fry it up pretty quickly.
I think David Alvarez has lost a gear.
Yeah, I did mention that a little bit ago when, right at the end of the Kiani interview, I thought that Kiani had lost a gear. Not Kiani, David.
He's not going higher than 2nd gear all the way around the track at this point.
Yeah, then I guess he lost 3rd and 4th gear. I heard what sounded like blender noises out of that car through turn 1 a couple laps ago, so it's possible that his shifter has gone bad, and if everybody is having overheating issues, how in the world are these guys going to finish this thing?
Well, now it's going to come down to pacing yourself. And keep the time. You're going to have to take the hit on your lap times and keep the car running. And then when you get to a certain point, you can understand what the top of your threshold is, and you can push the car to that point. So now you have to time the end of the race so that you are like about to blow the car as you come across the line for the checkered.
So 2 engine failures, no cautions here at Circuit Car. So
we did have 1 spin.
11 cars are left. We did have 1 spin. It was drive-through on the opening lap. He was already loose and then got a tap from Ryan Karp, and that's what sent him around.
Kind of killed his momentum for this race, too.
Yeah, he's back in the 7th position. First car 1 lap down. So if we do get a caution, he'll get back on the lead lap. But Tyler Allen is also about to get put a lap down here in a couple moments. So drive-thru's 10 seconds behind Mallon, so it's not looking good for drive-thru to get back on the lead lap. We'll just have to wait and see.
And everybody's really fanned themselves out now.
Yeah, everybody's kind of social distance here at this point.
I think that's why Pan might have let Ben go, because Ben has now got opening that gap on him and closing the gap to Roger.
He is closing in that gap on Roger a little bit. It's now down under to 8.5 seconds. We're closing it on the halfway mark as well.
We're not there yet? Oh my god.
Nope, not yet.
I was like, I feel like everything's been going on. I thought we would be much farther into the race.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
be at,
two strong cars this race. Engine trouble.
Yeah. And Kiani failed to finish last week as well. I don't remember if he finished at ACMS, but
rough string of runs for that 26. Last week wasn't even his fault. Just there's no wall on the outside of Berlin, so when Cosman got up into him, he was out into what essentially a sheet of ice.
yeah.
So
Kiani's failed to finish in his last two now, including tonight. Last two. NACOS races. It's been a bad string of luck after racing in the season opener, making his first career start, and then missed the rest of the season up until last week. Decided to return to Berlin, or decided to go to Berlin, and then came here looking for victory. We'll hopefully see him next week at Barry Speedway.
okay, so
another new one on the schedule.
Quick word from the track, directly from David Alvarez, his radio communication. He's missing second and fourth gear.
So he's running from first to third. Now he's on a keyboard, so that means he has to shift through second to get to third. It's not like he's on an H pattern or anything where he can just bypass second and go straight from first to third. Oh, David, holy cow, he's around in turn one. Is there anybody coming? No. So he's just fine. Alvarez loops it and keeps it going. But Alvarez can't really avoid second gear. He has to go through it, and Pantalica's internet's doing a nice little jig again as he's fallen back almost 2 seconds from Ben in second. And he's about a second off of Easterday's times, lap after lap.
Yeah, I don't know what Ben is doing in that car, keeping it. He seems unconcerned about any rising oil temperatures or anything like that, and he is slowly chomping down this gap. All it's going to take is for Roger to make one big mistake, and Ben will be right there. Although Roger has looked incredibly smooth through the track so far.
And Easterday's about a tenth faster than Roger lap after lap, so it's going to be a while until Ben can really close in that gap. We're just about at the halfway point here. Actually, we are at the halfway point here at Circuit iCar. Next week again, we're at Barry Speedway. And
Barry, that's Barry, Ontario,
I believe so.
Home of the Barry Colts in the the OHL. Fun fact.
Something like that. Easterday, 0.2 faster than Roger that last time by. So he is closing that gap. Tyler Mallon's been put a lap down, so that puts 5 cars now on the lead lap. And a long way to go till Roger can catch Hunter B, who is the last car on the lead lap now. He's got to go about halfway around the racetrack to get to him.
And that's going to put Tyler Mallon on the bubble spot here for the Lucky Dog.
Yep.
Would we have any cautions at this point?
At this point, if we have a caution, we're gonna need some luck to have one, because nobody's really near each other on the racetrack. We're gonna need somebody to just kind of park in the racing line or spin right in front of a leader and take somebody else out. Austin Delgado has moved into the third spot.
And I talked about him early in the broadcast here. Yeah. Delgado is a sleeper for this race. If they can bunch everybody back up, especially here towards the end, he might be there.
It's possible. Easterday closed in another 10th.
Looks like Pan is just...
I think he's just kind of riding around now on those older tires, just trying to bring it home in one piece.
Yeah, might have burned up his gears. He was
Tyler
going
Mallon is on pit road. So he is the first one to come onto pit road here. Kind of splitting us about halfway. Maybe. I could see some of these guys pitting here now.
Yeah, I could see it. Ben has closed the gap to 7.5 seconds from about 8.5 in about 3 laps. I can see these guys pit soon.
Somebody just retired.
David Alvarez, blue gearbox.
Alvarez.
He's out.
So the rest of Alvarez's gears fell out of the bottom of the car. So another car will not finish. David Alvarez, he'll finish 11th.
That's going to give Sam Slusarski that 10th spot. And,
Again, that's his career high. That's the highest he's ever finished, is 10th, I think. Double check. Yeah, his highest finish is 10th. He hit it last week at Berlin. He said it at Madison a couple of weeks ago. So he's in that spot again, and I'm willing to bet he's not going to stay there. He's probably going to move up a couple more. So
he going the way of the Williams F1 team, taking spots as everybody else DNFs.
Well, here's my thought process here. I think Ben's going to have to pit before Roger to try and get that undercut, because I think if he waits until Roger pits, Roger's going to be too fast on those new tires and just pull away.
Oh, absolutely. I'm surprised Ben hasn't even pulled the trigger yet, honestly. Oh, Malin's out. Malin's out.
So Malin went onto pit road to just park. What? I think he hit something. Hold on here. Because it says accident. What? I didn't want to have to go through it this way, but I'm going to.
See if I can get a word from what happened there.
Oh, he just locked it up. Okay, there he goes wide. And then ran it into the wall. And then disappeared. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what that was about. He may have just had enough and decided to go home.
Yeah, it looks like driver's been dealing with some issues with his head. And he's missing second gear, and he hit a black flag. So
he just decided to park it. Rogers actually pulled away from Easterday a bit now. The gap is back up to 8 seconds. So Easterday now starting to fall behind once again.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm not sure if Ben had a bad lap or what, but I'm surprised he hasn't pulled the trigger on the undercut here. I wonder if he's trying to see if he's waiting for Roger, or if he's going to see how long he can stretch out his undercut to see if he can get the most out of the tires at the end. Because even if with an undercut, he's going to have probably about a lap and a half.
Trouble. Cody's around turn 3. Sam Slusarski goes way wide. Cody will get Ben will get through just fine. Cody will stay out in front of him for now. And with Malin out, Malin's going to finish 10th, which means Slusarski's going to be 9th. That helps Easterday catch Malin as long as Easterday can finish where he's at.
There's still a lot of time left in this race.
Because, I mean, Easterday is only about 38 points off from Malin. Cody goes around again, gets it going again. He spun it off the racetrack, so no big deal. So if Ben can just lead a lap, Roger's already got the most laps led locked up. If Ben can just lead a lap, that'll help him tremendously in getting to Malin in the points. And Slusarski will get a personal best. He will finish at least in the 9th spot.
Roger does not pit this time by.
Yeah, just kind of watching him go around. We're inside 20 laps to go.
I'm not sure what the play is for Ben here. If he's trying to see if he, I wonder if he doesn't want to lose all the spots.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if everybody's play right now is to go to the end, regardless of how much grip you don't have.
Unless there's a caution.
Yeah, unless there's a caution, then everybody will pit for sure.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he doesn't want to drop from 2nd to 5th, or even God forbid 6th if Roger gets going. You know.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's trying to play the points and not play the like win the race strategy.
We'll have to see.
Well, at any rate, we'll be able to ask him at this rate. So.
Yeah. Be able to ask him what he's thinking.
He goes underneath Ryan Karp, keeps it going.
Gets by him just fine. He got by drive-through as well. Austin Delgado's in 3rd. Pantalica's still hanging in 4th. And then there's Hunter B in 5th. The smallest gap between cars for position is 4 seconds. It's between 3rd and 4th, Austin and Pan. It's an 8-second gap between the leaders, a 13-second gap between Pantalica and Hunter B. So everybody is stretched out.
And it's shaping up to be one of those interesting finishes again.
Yeah. kind of like Wilmot was.
Yeah. So I wonder if there is no grip left on these tires. I just watched Ben try to get under get going and put the throttle down, and he just spin in the rear tires. So I can't imagine there's a lot of grip left. I'm still unsure as what the play is here, but I don't know. Roger's race to lose, so.
Well, others know that Roger is often heavy on his tires, heavy on his equipment, but I can tell you that Easterday and Roger have no lap cars between them.
This will certainly make things interesting here.
Gap still about 8 seconds.
Yeah, you ever watch a car and you can just like visually see the driver struggling?
Yeah, that's everybody on the racetrack right now, because nobody has pitted other than Malin, and he left. So
I imagine these drivers are going to be super sweaty after this race is over if they don't get a caution, because they're just
really
all over the wheel in those cars.
And don't quote me, but I think this will be the first time this year that we have a race without a caution. I lie. Wilmot did Wilmot? What race didn't have a caution that was recent?
I don't know, Chad. Anybody?
Because I'm pretty sure there was one. It was either Wilmot or Madison, I thought.
It might have been Madison, because that was when we looked up like facts about the local area around the track. So
yes,
it might have been Madison.
I think it was Madison. Yeah, you're right. So it's not like we haven't done it before. It hasn't been done on a road course in a while.
I'm gonna put this out there. Ben Crazy has cut the lead from 8 seconds to 7.4 in open air. So. Yep.
But Roger's also been struggling with the tires more the last couple of laps, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
battle of these guys are going to come to the finish line on rims at this rate.
Yeah, really.
Roger, let's see if the gap shrinks any more this time by.
Easterday crosses the line there.
He's going to lose 2/10 that time by.
It's so hit or miss between these two.
They're two brilliant race car drivers, and they seem to have this track under control. It's just a matter of not had the chance to race each other yet.
Roger has not made all the starts this season. If he did, imagine where he would be in the championship fight. He's been consistently up inside the top 5 everywhere we've gone. And then there's Ben, who consistently was getting murdered in the first half of the season. Now here we are in the second half of the season. He's been putting together some solid top 3 finishes. He won last week at where the heck were we? At Berlin. So he's been putting together a solid run in the second half of the season. He got that win. He just needs more consistency, and he needs help from the other guys in the championship hunt who haven't done so well tonight, in case you haven't noticed. So Ben's playing his cards right. I think a win in this spot would be tremendous for him, but I think Roger's got him outclassed as we're closing in on the final 10 laps.
Ben did knock half a second off that last time by, however.
That's true.
So don't count him out.
But he's got to be consistent with that. He can't gain half a second and then lose 2/10 and then gain 3/10. It's not going to work for him that way. He has to consistently gain half a second a lap, and then maybe he can get to Roger and make something happen. But like I said, we're closing in on 12 laps here at the line. He's
at
running
this
out
point,
of time.
Ben's going to have to throw a prayer out there that Roger makes a mistake, a costly mistake time-wise. He can just get closer. I think once they get racing, these two will be absolute animals. So
yeah,
but,
that might be where we see somebody blow their engines, just trying to outrace each other with these cars. He only gained a 10th there. Ben did, so he didn't gain a ton. The gap is down to 7 seconds. That's the smallest it's been for a while.
Yeah, Roger overcooked that hairpin, though, so I mean, I'd be losing more time this time by. With only 7 turns, this is a wildly fast track.
Yeah. 11 laps to go, this time by here at Circuit Icar.
Crosses the line.
The last road course race on the season. The only time we're not at
another 4/10 off that time.
The only time we're not at an oval after tonight, or not at a paved oval after tonight, is DuQuoin 2 weeks from now. Cody spun it around. Ben is going to get to him. He won't get by him here. Never mind, Cody will let him by. Going to turn 3.
Give him the spot there.
Well, you said 4/10. That puts it down almost at 6.5 seconds. Closing it on 10 laps to go. Ben has to gain more than half a second a lap in order to catch Roger with the amount of time that's left.
And Roger's bobbling, so it's
10
Ben
laps to go.
Straight. Ben can keep it straight. I think he's going to get there.
They're closing in on lap traffic of Hunter B. It'll be a little while until Roger can get to him.
At least burnouts will be easy for whoever wins because there's just going to be nothing left. Oh,
Yeah.
Ben lost time that time by. That's not good. That is not good.
I think he only lost a tenth there. Am I wrong?
I lost about 2.
Okay.
It was 6.6. They're now 6.8. You're going to be down to the cords on these tires by the end of this race, it looks like.
Yeah.
Might see a tire wall go rolling down. You never know. But it is Roger's race to lose for sure.
So far, he's been darn near perfect all night. 9 laps to go here from Circuit Icar. Woo! He just drifted it.
Yep,
for
just
turn 1.
slid on in. Let's see,
Yesterday's able to get through.
losing time.
Just
Ben
fine.
lost a 0.03 of a second there. So it might be over, folks, if Roger can keep it going. He locks up heading in the hairpin there. The Roger can take solace in the fact that if he's making a mistake, it's likely that Easterday is struggling with the same handling right now. So
Yeah.
he can get away with a little bit of a bobble, a little bit of a swing, some tire spinning here, locking up there. He can get away with that kind of stuff. Now it's going to be a matter of can he keep all 4 tires inflated. So
Yeah. And keep the motor cool enough where it won't grenade on you.
I think he'll be okay out in clean air, but you never know.
I mean, Kiani and Tommy were both in clean air when their motors blew.
Pan's gears box is gone.
Pan's out.
Pan is out.
So that's going to move Hunter B into the fourth position. Drive-thru is going to get a top 5 1 lap down after spinning on the opening lap. So another mechanical failure. 4 mechanical failures already. The second one that's just a gearbox issue.
I'm going to bring one Pantalic up here who can explain the woes of what just happened to him real quick. Welcome on up to the booth, Pan Rutherford.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi. So according to your rundown here, you blew second, then third, then fourth?
Hi. No. Okay, so quick rundown. I blew third around like lap 10. I was running Austin down because he blew second. Then I blew second. Then I tried to shift up. Then I freaking blew fourth and pain.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, my homie's nose pain. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go get some water. You guys have a good one.
Thanks, Pan. We're sorry. We'll.
That man is in pain.
That hurts. That hurts
Yeah.
to hear too. He's gonna drop him likely to 9th place.
And that does not help him
Eighth
in
of
the
best.
championship. He definitely needed help. He's 5th. He's 6th right now in points, trying to close in on Austin. He's about 20 points behind him. And with Austin finishing right now in a podium spot, that's going to really hurt Pan in trying to crack the top 5 in points going into the final 3 races on the season.
And Roger is pulled away from Ben again.
Yeah. It's pretty much been a Roger Ray kind of day here at Circuit Icar.
Hey, it's just what can you even say? He's just managed the race best you could possibly ask somebody to manage the race.
He has outclassed the entire field all night long and is looking to get his first NACOS career win in his 6th career start.
And a win from the pole.
Yeah.
Not that that gives him any bonus points or anything, but that's still pretty impressive. Unlike Formula One, stock cars are not known to win from the pole.
Well, he does get points for getting the pole, so it'll be a max points day for Roger Ray if he's able to win. He's led the most laps. He's led a lap, obviously. He's led all of them and won the pole, so Roger is going to get a lot of points here. Roger right now in points sits in 8th. Jordan McGraw's not here, so he'll leap past him. He should leap past Pan and might even catch the heels of Austin for a top 5 in points. Actually, now that I think about it, he won't because Austin's in 3rd, but he'll at least jump into 6th in the points since Jordan McGraw's not here. Pantalica's going to finish 9th, did not lead a lap, so that's going to cost him now 4 laps to go here at Circuit ICAR. The gap 7 seconds between the leaders.
7.2 now.
Well, there you go.
I don't want to split
We
hairs.
had a big crash here in turn 3. Cody around. It was just him. He just sent it in and lost it. We will stay green.
This
And
one, I hope
Hunter
we stay
B
green.
falls a lap down. 3 cars left on the lead lap, coming to 3 laps to go.
Now, has Roger eaten the tire? Ooh, big wiggle. Are the tires going to stay on the car? Is now the next question here.
Yeah, really.
I
Cody's
think
around again. He goes off course. Gets it
think,
rolling straight.
I think Pan is going to hold on to 8th place here. I don't think Mech is going to be able to pass him.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, he will? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
Susarski
We
only
discovered
needs
that
a
about
lap,
ORN.
and we've got 3 laps to go. So yes, he will be able to get by. However, that'll be the last spot that Mech gains, unless Cody decides to park it. If Cody parks it, then Susarski should be able to get there. Otherwise, he will be finishing in the 8th position, which is a career high for him.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'd like to now add that everybody but the top 3 are at least 1 lap down.
Yeah, 2 laps to go here at Circuit Icon. It'll be interesting to see if this track comes back. I wouldn't mind it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we can get a bit of a larger field, maybe a bit more competition, we might be a little closer here at the end. But so far, it's been a fun race.
Not a setup that demonizes everybody.
Yeah, and hopefully one that doesn't blow motors, you know.
Yeah, I swear, we've had more people retire tonight than any race so far this season. Like, thinking back, even at CTMP when there was a wreck, there were a couple of wrecks, but we didn't have 5 cars retire, I don't think, at CTMP. I'd have to go back and look.
Yeah, from 9th to 13th, we have gearbox, accident, gearbox, header, and camshaft. Nobody's just retired. People are braking, so.
Actually, we had 5 retire at CTMP. So both road courses, well, 2 of the road courses, have just killed tonight. Literally.
How many entrants did we have in at CTMP?
18.
Yeah. So we have a larger percentage of the field is damaged this time.
Yes, white flag is out. 1 lap to go here at Circuit ICAR for Roger Ray. The gap is about 6 seconds. It's a cluster back here. Drive-thru's going to make the pass for 4th. Never mind, he's 2 laps down. I thought he was only 1 down still. Here comes Roger through turn 5. He'll go, that's turn 5, through turn 6, and turn 7. Roger Ray is a NACOS winner. Roger Ray wins at ICAR.
That's going to bring home the Ben Crazy in 2nd place. Drive-through bins it across the line.
Oh! Easter Day just clobbered Drive-through. He went off flying.
You guys having some fun here at the end of that race.
Austin Delgado's going to limp across the line to finish 3rd, get his podium. I can't wait to see how standings are going to look after this race.
Yeah, I don't even know if we can interview Austin if he's got the ability to.
We'll have to find out. That'll be a question for us later. And how about this? For the first time this season, we're going to have new people in the booth. Ben has returned a couple of times, and I think we may have brought Roger in last week. But Austin would be new. Roger's never won before.
Yeah, we're going to have to pass on the Delgado interview. He does not have the ability to speak to us.
So Roger Ray doing his burnouts here on the front straightaway, and let's bring in Benjamin Easterday. 2nd place finish, if we can.
Alrighty, I'm on it. 2nd place, the Ben Crazy in the 53. How are you, buddy? Welcome back.
Doing good. I'm glad I survived the race, and I only blew a gear on the last lap, and that was 4th. So I think the only reason that me and Roger Ray were able to stay up front was because we were the ones that didn't get any car issues.
Yeah, wild incidents going on throughout the field. Lots of damage and cars blowing up. So, what was the secret there?
I don't know. I mean, it's all luck of the draw with NR 2003, whether it wants to punish you or if it wants you to win the race. So, mainly I tried to save the tires as much as I could. Instead of going the first in the turns, I only went down the second to try to save from gear changes. But other than that, I'd just be glad that I got a second place out of that.
Well, we're happy to have you back up in the booth. That's got to feel good, going from first and then following it up with a second place after all the luck you've had so far this season. Was pit stops ever an option for you?
No. We were good on fuel, and I was saving my tires, so really, there was no reason to pit.
All right. Well, we weren't sure if everybody was going to take tires or we were just going to try to struggle to the end. But look, you guys were on ice skates there towards the end of that race.
All my tires were green, so I don't know how
Weird.
everybody else was going on there. But again, I wasn't really sliding my tires throughout the entire race, so it might have been different for others.
Well, congratulations on a second place finish. Anybody you want to thank? Anybody you want to say hi to?
Little Shrimps. Hi, Trace.
Yeah.
Hi, Jacob, if he's here.
I am.
He's doing math right now, so obviously he's very
I'm
good.
looking at the point standings in
his
amazement.
brain's turning.
You are 3 points behind Tyler for third place right now, and you are only 60 points behind Davey, so it's possible that you could get to second. But for you to get to the lead, you would need to gain 121 points in the span of 3 races. Good luck.
I think it's pretty doable. So yeah, we'll go out and get this champion.
All right.
Love to see
well,
it.
thank you, everybody.
And how
We'll
about
see you
this?
next week.
Roger Ray jumped from 8th to 6th, or 9th to 6th. I don't remember quite where he was last week. Drive-Thru has leapfrogged Pantalica in the points. Drive-Thru has slid into the 7th position because he finished 5th here tonight. That drops Jordan McGraw down to 9th, and Hunter B will hang on to that 10th spot for the top 5 finish. So a whole shuffle from 6th back to 9th in the point standings here.
And some people celebrating, and by some people, I mean Sam Swisarski celebrating that he gained, he's up to 41 points after he was at 28 points at the start of this race.
And he's 16th in points right now. He has 10 starts. He's been here every week but one. The cars behind him in points. Ethan Head's made 6 starts. Andreas Molina 5 starts. Kiani and Darren Ingram 3 starts. Everybody else 1 start. But he's made it into 16th, and he's 12 points behind Huang, who's in 15th, and he probably will get there by the time next week rolls around.
Well, that being said, I guess we got to bring our race winner up here, don't we?
Yeah, since he has a mic, that sounds good.
Race winner in the 84, Roger Ray. How's he feeling, buddy?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Cars looked like they were kind of on ice skates there towards the end. Were the tires dead? What was the key here for your victory?
Yeah, the tires were. I'd say in the last 20 or so laps they were sliding, but I was just able to stay out in front, and a lot of people ended up blowing up and stuff, and that definitely helped.
Hey, the biggest challenger to your race lead, it seemed like, was Tommy, and he wound up blowing up really early in the race. So, and there it was smooth sailing, keeping it smooth. Was there any point that you might be worried that somebody might catch you?
I was wondering if we had to pit, so that's usually where I end up losing races. So I'm glad that didn't come out of that.
Up here in the booth, we weren't sure if you guys were going to take tires at any point. It looked like it was you guys were struggling as the race went on, but it looked like you had just powered through to the end. And congratulations on that win.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the NR gods for not making me blow gear or blow an engine. So yeah.
So as always, Roger, we always ask anybody you want to say hi to, anybody you want to thank.
I just thank the NR gods. So.
All right, man. Well, we will hopefully see you next week, and we'll see you in the booth some more. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy that victory.
Yep.
Roger, everybody.
All right. Well, Drive-Thru is trying to entice us to bring him into the booth since he's the next guy that has a mic. So I guess let's bring him in here since he did gain some spots in the points. And I'm actually curious on what happened there on that opening lap.
Surprise through. It's an interview through. How's it going?
I passed Pan in the points.
You did.
Yeah.
Maybe because, he lost second gear and third gear and fourth gear. But hey, that's a spot.
Spots are spots, no matter how you get them.
So I'm curious, what happened on the opening turn there? Because it looked like originally you got loose and then Ryan Karp kind of finished you off there and put you back in a hole. What happened?
Yeah, I think who was in front of me? I think Pan missed the corner, and I tried to keep it off of him, but then I was like, should I go 3 wide? And then I was like, oh wait, I'm spinning now, and then Karp was there. It's kind of just I got loose and I didn't have the space available to correct myself.
We had a lot of guys talking about engine troubles, transmission troubles. Did you lose any gears, drop anything while you were out there?
No. I think it was just really unlucky. Some people said it might have been the setup, but I honestly didn't have any issues at all. Ben lost fourth gear on like the last lap. So I think it was just an NR gear dropping thing, and it just happened for Kiani and Tommy to just both have random engine failures. I mean, Tommy's listed as the camshaft, Kiani's listed as the header. Just unfortunate, I guess.
Really wild there. We had a lot of so we had the same amount of DNFs in this race as we did at CTMP, which I think ties for the most in the season.
Damn.
So it was really interesting to see. We would watch somebody and suddenly they'd blow up. We'd watch somebody else, suddenly they'd blow up, and then, well, we got a really interesting top 3 out of that. Yeah,
and the drivers driving in their own sponsored race having engines explode curse resumes.
Yeah, I guess we can add that to the NACOS lore mythos for that.
That's not good for next week since Tommy's sponsoring again next week.
I was about to say, it's Tommy again next week.
Yeah.
Well,
it's going to be fun, though.
And it will be a good time. Anybody want to say hi to? Anybody want to thank?
All the fans. It's been so damn long. I can't believe it's race 11 and it's my second top 5. It's been a rough season. What is that? Oh, it was my third. Oh, never mind.
What are you talking about?
Still cool. Still took a long time to get here. Still waiting on the first win of the season. But next week is Barry, and I love me some Barry, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
All right. Well, we're excited to hear it. Well, congratulations on climbing to 7th in the points and keeping your car together by the end of the race.
Thank you.
That was one Mr. Drive-Thru, now 7th in points and then 77.
And finished 5th here tonight. Final thoughts here, Trace.
Is orange a color or a fruit? And also, road courses with 7 turns need to happen more often.
That sounds about right. All right. Well, that wraps up our coverage here from Circuit iCar. It's been an interesting night, to say the least. Roger Ray gets his first career win in his 6th career start. Tommy Bordeaux finishes dead last, but still has a giant lead. We'll have to see what happens. But so far, Tommy is just trying to cling on for dear life to his championship hopes. We'll see what Davey Hazard has to see about it the next 3 weeks. We're at Barrie a week from tonight. We hope to see you then. Other than that, for Trace Ryder, I'm Jacob Hitz. It's been a pleasure to be here with you again. Special thanks to, I still didn't fix that, darn it, Jet Kraus, the ticker designer for us, Cody and Davin Drive-Thru for hosting the league, Ben for putting the servers up, all of us here in the booth, and all of our fantastic sponsors. Thank you so much. That's it for us. We'll see you next week from Barrie. Till then, good night.